Welcome to Moments with Marianne. This is your host, Marianne Pastana, and I am so excited to be celebrating 10 years of meaningful conversations with you. As we step into our new primetime hour, it's such an honor to share this exciting new chapter with you. So whether you're starting your day out, headed to work, or listening from wherever you are, this hour is designed to bring you thoughtful dialogue, fresh insight, and inspiring stories so you can make every moment count. So thank you for being here with me today, and let's dive in. We're here today with special guest, Master Mingtong Gu, who's here to share with us his new book, Coming Home to Embodied Awakening. Reclaim your body, power, and purpose in the age of AI. What if the key to healing, resilience, and fulfillment, especially in the age of AI, isn't about more technology, but reconnecting with your body's inner wisdom? Would you want to learn more about that? I know I do. Well, today's guest is here to share with us just that. Master Mingtong Gu is the founder and visionary of the Qi Center and Southwest Sanctuary for Embodied Wisdom, a global movement leader empowering hundreds of thousands of seekers globally, and a master teacher of wisdom healing Qigong, a 5,000-year tradition helping others to reclaim power, presence, and fulfillment in the age of AI and disruption. So welcome to the show, Master Mingtong Gu.
Thank you so much. Thank you.
Oh my goodness, what a great honor it is to have you here and not only to talk about your new book, but your work. So I think we should just dive into Embodied Awakening. What is that?
Yeah, it's kind of new terminology, but it's not new. It's in the ancient tradition. Well, first of all, it's really come out of my personal awakening, especially lately. Slow, first of all, awakening to the truth, what we're living right now is so much disconnected. Like we're living above the shoulder, if you know what I mean. So much living in the mental world, in the conceptual world, story, problem solving, so on, which is needed. But unfortunately, we lost there. But now it's worse. Is the digital world is taking over, including the AI assimilation, all the digital information, so on, kind of take over our mental space. Now, so as outcome, we're so disconnected from this physical world, I call the third world. So when we lost in these two worlds and disconnect from the third world, that means we're missing the direct experience as human being. So that is embodied humanity I'm speaking about. So not just, exercises, working with the body to improve health, which is important, but what that means to be true human nowadays. So embodied humanity, so leading to embodied awakening. So often we're speaking of awakening is often speaking of consciousness and the mind, which is important. But on the other hand, it's like we're treating the mind as something like existing almost like a ghost. So often we're missing this existence of who we are is this body. So one of the powerful recognition is without this body, I do not exist as a human being. And without this body, I cannot experience life as a human being. Without this body, my soul cannot evolve in this lifetime. And so I'm realizing, we have very disconnected relationship with the body, but also unhealthy relationship with this body. And it is also the cause, the disconnection of our own mind body is the cause of stress, cause of disease, cause of pretty much all the problem in the world, including, the wars, destruction of the environment, and all the separation we're experiencing. So that is kind of part of the embodied awakening process, then how to come back to this body, to this embodied humanity, embodied wholeness, embodied freedom, embodied love, embodied peace, and so on. So that is the journey, the path.
Well, and especially in this evolving age of AI, it seems like we are now having, in some ways, really like a codependence with it in order to get through the day. Do you feel that that's really furthering that like disconnection that we have?
Yeah, that is the worst is happening. It's like truly, let's cut into the chase. I feel like humanity is in a crossroad. Either come back to this body, reclaiming our true humanity, or losing our humanity to the technology, to the AI, and eventually leading to distinguishing of true humanity, the embodied humanity. So that's what I'm feeling. That's where the message um, come inside of me. Like I couldn't sleep, unless I write the book, unless I share this in word. Yeah.
Well, and do you feel like there's a real deep, especially now, my goodness, just this really deep disconnection with our bodies because of AI that people are, I'm not even sure how to explain
Right.
it.
Good
Yeah.
question. I don't think so. The AI is amplifying that. Even for me, actually, I'm working with AI. It become much more clear using the AI, like mirroring, mirror me, looking at me, myself, like who am I, and what does it mean to be human, and what's the difference between me and the AI. So on one hand, of course, nowadays, we're experiencing a lot of fear, concern, which is valid about AI. The AI outperforming our mind, outperforming, the labor human used to do, and which is it's a real, concern. But on the other hand, it's like, what is meant to be truly human in this age of AI? So the answer came to me is, not because, whether AI have a consciousness or not, is more importantly is I'm human because I have this living body. And so allow me to experience myself as human. That's its unique differentiation from AI. AI can assimilate the experience, process the data information, even creating, poetry and the visuals and the amazing, beautiful stuff. But that's its assimilation. It's not direct experience based on, the existence of this human body, embodied consciousness. So I'm human because I can feel, I can touch, I can smell, I can see, I can feel these human experience, pain, joy, yeah, and, longing and union and, love, all that become possible only because of this human body.
So earlier you hinted at your own experience. It was what led you to write this book. Can you share that with us?
Yeah, personally, my work, in the last about 30 years is all about working with this body, discovering the energy for healing, for vitality, for, more love and joy, more connection. And that's continued to be important. But then I'm realizing, yeah, two things over the years. Yeah. People come to me say, hey, I want to heal. Show me how I can fix my body. And then realizing that's the real problem. That's where the real problem is. When we perceiving this body as a problem to solve, as an object, as a vehicle, as a tool, as a machine, even as a prison to escape. When we have this unhealthy relationship with our own body, we cannot truly heal. We cannot truly, come back to wholeness in returning to who we are. So that is one problem I'm realizing over the years. And secondly, is watching my kids over the years become more addicted to the digital game, computer game. They're losing the interest interest in nature, interest, human relationships, social activities. And that was, probably really the most profound, painful experience for me in the last 5 years as a father. And I'm still dancing that. And yet recognizing this is not just unique family circumstance. It's epidemic right now. It's happening for most of the kids, but not only for kids, but also for grown up too. Looking around, we spend how much time we spend with the iPhone, whatever mobile device, with the whatever screen every day. Yeah. Hours, hours, hours. And realizing most of us now addicted. So not because of technology creating the separation of mind body, but amplifying this disconnection of mind body. And we're using the technology. What is happening is as a distraction. Beyond professional work, we still spend so much time in the digital world, social media and so on. And basically it's a distraction, addiction. So it's really come from avoidance of our own body, especially avoidance of discomfort, discomfort in the body. Being in this body is not comfortable. So when people, come to me say, okay, I want to heal, recover from this condition, asking back, are you sure? Suddenly it's like this question shocked them. Of course, they think it's of course. When I speak in the process of healing to reclaim your body, your energy, your health, takes, commitment, takes choice, takes process. The most difficult part is go into the body, come back to the body to feel the truth in the body. This truth including discomfort, including stress of life, everyday stress, including accumulative stress from the past, including trauma, including unresolved emotion. All that is living in the body. The truth is living in the body. So when we don't know what to do with that, what will happen is we avoid it, we fighting it, we wish it's not there. We're distracting ourselves with something else, whether medication, whether painkillers, whether, alcohol, and the substance addiction, now is a digital addiction. And that is what are happening right now. I see that. It's like one of the most powerful epidemic is mental health crisis happening not only for our children, but also for grown up. But the problem is not mental. The problem is really the disconnection of the mind from this body, from this home. So the mind is lost and continue lost in addiction.
That makes so much sense. And I think people, anyone who can't put their phone down and leave it somewhere, understand it, or parents have children that I'm not even sure how to say this nicely, get upset when their devices are taken away. Just the level of addiction that they have, or that we all have to this.
Yeah, it's so true. First I was shocking when we're trying to help our kids to minimizing, the usage of the device. And the response from them is so dramatic, so emotional. So, it's like almost like they cannot live without it. And that is very frightening, very horrible. It's like, wow, that's what's happening to humanity, not just to individual kids only. And we experience that, you know. So that is the crisis we're facing. So what I'm feeling is, the only way to truly save humanity is to come back to our own body. That's the good news. That means everybody is facing that choice. Yeah. I cannot change the world. We cannot change anyone else or save anyone else. And yet individually, we have this choice, have this capacity, come back to this body to face what is true inside of you, including the healing work. Yeah. The healing work is about facing the truth, feel the truth. And the gift is, you discover the power inside of you, discover the energy inside of you, discover your own capacity for true human experience, such as, for love, for joy, for compassion, for vitality, resilience, for creativity, for connection with the Mother Earth, connection with each other. So all has to come out from within. And what have we been missing? Yeah, this good quality. And we're looking for all that outside of us. I say we're all looking for the right thing in the wrong place outside of us or in the mental world. But the right thing is in the body, it's in your heart, it's in your energy field, it's in your direct experience as human being, with life around us, with Mother Earth. And that's only possible with this existence of the body, the embodied experience.
I'd love for you to share with us your experience of growing up in China and how that shaped your understanding of healing and also the medicine-less hospitals. I found that so intriguing.
Yeah, it's like honestly, Marianne, I didn't hear about Qigong. Didn't know anything, heard of Qigong at all when I grew up. I came to the US at the age of 21 and studied mathematics and fine arts, then discovered Qigong at early 30s. And I was shocked, like, what? What is Qigong? Most of us heard of Tai Chi. And then I read about it, practiced about realizing this is a very ancient tradition. Then realizing there's a medicine-less Qigong hospital in China where, 3,000 at a time, 5,000 people coming together, do practice of Qigong for, 8 hours, 10 hours, 12 hours a day for 1 month at a time. And especially people, after tried everything, tried allopathic treatment, integrated medicine, including traditional Chinese medicine, and nothing truly worked to the recovery because most of them is diagnosed as incurable or even in chronic condition for decades, and some are life-threatening. So it's like last resort for people come to the medicine Qigong hospital. So slow this diligent practice, working with mind, body, working with energy, and people experience not only validate by the medical science the improvement of all condition, but most cases, I won't say most cases, it's like over 20 to 30% of incurable cases able to recover from the disease and validated by the medical test. And of course, not only symptom free, but also the deeper medical test is disease free. And these often we think of them as miracle. But when we tap into, the power of mind, our own power, mind, the body connection, then these become not just a miracle. It is the practice, it's the science, it's the art, it's a creative process to discover. It's really about realizing our human potential. You can only do that by connecting the mind body. So otherwise, we're thinking just, okay, whatever capacity of the mind, whatever capacity of the body. That's how we're approaching it as if they're separate, thing. And so this approach is very different. It's connecting the mind body and discovering, what is possible. It's like partnership ring, not just the mind controlling the body or not just the body affecting the mind. It's like a partnership, equal partnership. Deeply, like a marriage, the best way I can use analogy is like our own mind body is pre-arranged marriage, whether we like it or not. And yet we have not discovered that truth. We kind of alienated by our own body or even by our own mind. So this relationship is very, disconnected, superficial, and far, more than intimate. And so the process is like you become a friend with your body. Then you become like more intimate, like dating your body. Every time you practice Qigong, you're dating your body. Then over time, you start feel like really, you know, accepting, experiencing each other, knowing each other in some level, like engaged with each other. Then ultimately it's a responsibility. So it's about marriage. Yeah. When we experience in the mind body internally married, then your experience is very different. Yeah. You become whole. You become one, complete. You become like self empowered and eventually self-realizing yourself. So Qigong is about the self-realization. And obviously, the practice, most people aware is just the movement, but actually much more than that. So we think of movement as a moving meditation. Then we do sound healing practice, like a yoga tradition, chanting, Tibetan Buddhist tradition, chanting the mantra and so on. Similarly, in Qigong, we use the sound as a vibration, activating the energy associating with your five organ system to enhance not only physical health, but the emotional health as well, mental, spiritual capacity. Often when speaking of follow your heart, what that means, follow your heart. So, right. First of all, the heart is living in your body. It's not a concept. The heart is there in your side of chest. The heart, have three dimensions. The physical function, but also the emotional feeling, we talk about love, the joy, or opposite, hurts, resentment, so on. But also the heart knows. The heart has its own knowing, its own intuition. So we're speaking of all that when we're working with energy. So when you go into the heart, activating all three energy dimensions, physical, emotional, mental, spiritual, then you start to feel it. It's like, it's the feeling about certain questions, certain aspect of life. Then from that feeling, the deeper insight, wisdom arising is different than mentally processing the fact, the information, or projection, or story, then come up with a solution or insight, which is valid. That's how we function most of the time as human being. But what we're missing is when you go to the heart, go to the body, you discover another level of wisdom, embodied wisdom. And that wisdom is more than just like, how the cardiovascular system coordinating, the nervous system coordinating, the bodily, cognitive function. No, much more that. It's the deeper feeling as a foundation of insight, intuition, and choice. Yeah. And actually, the fact that we all know due to psychology now, we make a decision we think is based on thinking, but mostly based on emotions or feeling.
Oh my goodness.
Right, ultimately. So that's the deep work, we continuously discover. Yeah. So the meditation also, it's important, how to work with your mind, not just calm your mind, be aware of circumstance, be aware of your choices, be aware of your relationship, be aware of your priority and so on. But more importantly, the mind can directly tap into the energy, connecting with the body, connecting with, what is truly powerfully present in our life. And so this whole process is really, on one hand, it's encompassing, but on the other hand, it's so simple. Boil down to it, it's like the connection of mind, body, this one thing change everything else.
It's so remarkable. And I'm sure you probably have people that reach out to you, go, well, I go work out every day, I exercise. So why am I still disconnected?
Right. Good question. Because we approaching it in wrong way. We're thinking, this body just a machine. I'm exercising. This body is a problem. I'm solving some problems. This body is just, a tool to accomplishing certain goal. That's the wrong relationship. That's the problem. We started in the wrong place, to the wrong direction. So we never can truly establishing healthy relationship, healthy perception. So it's more like a based on misconception. So, it's like when Buddha, teaching Four Noble Truths and understanding the deepest cause of all suffering. Disease is form of suffering. All the struggle in life right now experiencing is suffering. And so from his awakening truth is realizing that the main cause of all suffering is ignorance. Ignorance. We're ignorant. When we are ignorant, then whatever choice we're making, whatever action we're engaging, whatever perception is all based on ignorance. Imagine the outcome of that. So what I'm realizing, the main ignorance we have as human body, as a human being, is ignorance of our body, misconception of body. From that ignorance, we continue causing more disconnection. So it's not about you engage with physical activity or not, which is important, but how you're engaging it and why you're engaging it. So deeper question, is like asking, what is your relationship with your own body? And that's what I was really work on in the book. Chapter 7 is really understanding the six different different kind of relationship we're experiencing with our own body. And the first, the most common is when we're perceiving this body as just object. It's total separate from who we are. And that's the implication of that. I want to invite in the listener to think about what is the implication of that when we're perceiving this body as only as object. And the second relationship is we perceiving this body as a machine, as a tool to function certain way. That's the most people perceive that consciously, unconsciously. So I'd like to invite you to think about what is the outcome, implication when you perceiving your own body as a machine, as a tool.
So, how do we make that shift from being in a place where we're going, the body is just being a
Right.
tool, to where we can look at it as a part of a practice?
Yeah. Honestly, I have to say, we're so lost. It's so difficult to come back. So just say a few words first. I will make some suggestion. The third relationship, as I said first already, is that what if you perceive in your body as a friend? As a friend, it's the ultimate friend, the oldest friend, the most sacred friend. And I'd like to invite everybody, think about that potential. Think about what's the outcome of that, implication of that. But further, in Qigong, we're exploring this body is beyond just physical, beyond, just problem to solve. It's an energy system. It's a holistic energy system. The energy presence of your body comes in the physical, emotional, mental, spiritual, and visible, invisible. So when you discover that, then you can change your relationship. That's my answer to your question. So more you do Qigong practice, more you discover your body, more than just what you think, more than the object, more than the tool, more than just a friend. It's energetic, conscious, aware, creative, regenerative, and connective, connecting with life. And this is like simple, recognition. And I want to share right now. Actually, let's do this practice, together. If you will, make sure that you're safe, not driving this moment. If you're driving, you can do this with your eyes open, but more effective when you close your eyes and placing the hands on top of your chest. say these simple, powerful words. Yeah. Without this body, I do not exist as a human being. Without this body, I do not exist as a human being. And feel this truth beyond any concept, any story, any assumption. And the second truth, without this body, I cannot experience life as a human being. Without this body, I cannot experience life as a human being. Feel this truth. And the third one, without this body, my soul cannot evolve as a human being. Without this body, my soul cannot evolve in this lifetime. And feel the truth. And feel this energetic wholeness of your body, energetic wholeness of your existence, energetic wholeness as a human being. And you're claiming that. You're awakening to this truth. Continuously noticing the deeper feeling arising inside of your body. Whatever feeling arises. Sometimes you feel tender, feel sadness. Sometimes you feel deep appreciation. Sometimes you feel a sense of inner connection you never felt before. So think of this as initiation. So come back to your question, Marianne, how we can make a difference, change that pattern. The first, most important step, as I share right now, is recognizing the truth of this body is so much more precious than the way we've been approaching it. The truth, is so much bigger, deeper than our mind think what it is. So to change that perception first and gradually letting go of the old relationship with the body. And then slow wisdom healing Qigong practice, you continue to discover what is this body as energy, beyond story, beyond diagnosis, beyond concept, beyond assumption, beyond this pattern of ignorance. So slow this discovery of energy, and you're discovering power, discovering joy, discovering compassion, discovering more love, discovering the connection. So that is kind of the second step. And ultimately, it's the choice we're facing as we're speaking about in the beginning of this conversation. So once we realize that's the choice, then we're the one have to make the choice. When we make the choice, I wish more people are ready now after this conversation, say, hey, I'm ready to make the choice. But with this choice, it's a commitment. That means looking at our life every day, how much time we spend in the mental world, how much time we spend in the digital world. And now it's the choice is to spend more time to connecting with this body, connecting this life, physical life, real life, true life. So that is the commitment. So the Qigong practice is help you to do that. Every time designing the time, you're taking a vacation from the mental world, from the digital world, and you close your eye, do this practice, connecting with your body, feeling your body, experiencing your body, moving your body, and making the sound, activating the energy of your five organ system, and meditating with your energetic presence of your body, and feel, look at this sense of presence, sense of oneness, sense of wholeness here beyond just a concept. Then every day, become a practice. So you extending that new capacity from your formal practice become natural over the time. During the day, we can pause. Oh, I'm stressed. Oh, I'm too mental. Oh, I'm lost. Oh, I can place my hands on my chest, feel my body, feel what's going on inside me. Oh, I can do this, few minutes of practice here and there to shift my energy to approaching life from a different connection, deeper connection with yourself, with your energy. So that's kind of overall, outline of the process and approach, the choice available for us.
In your book, you share a story about how someone asked the Buddha a question about if he could teach one thing, what would that be? And it was mindfulness to the body, of the body. And you have a quote that you wrote in here that says the body is not a vehicle for awakening, it's the gate itself, the temple, the transmission point where awareness becomes reality. Can you share on that for us?
Yeah, even, well, first of all, it's like this powerful teaching from the Buddha, the most important practice of mindfulness of own body. But often, yeah, we stay on the surface, just aware of the body. That means we're still like disconnected in some way from the body. In a sense, cultivating awareness in the beginning stage is important to detach yourself. You're aware certain object, aware of certain subject, aware of certain things in life. This awareness is present and aware of something else. So that is the first step of mindfulness practice. But the deeper practice, I'm realizing, what the Buddha probably means originally is this mind-body connection deeply. So not just aware of the body, but deeply, for example, in this moment, is your mind connect with your brain? Is your mind connect with your heart? Or your mind just thinking? Yeah, your mind connected with your body or just simply aware of your body. So it's very subtle differentiation, but it's a profound differentiation. So most of our practice, of meditation, may include in the body or somatic practice, but often we stayed in that level of awareness. Yeah. And occasionally to feel the body, to connect the body, but not as a goal. In this case, the goal of the practice is to connect mind body. It's not about improving the body. It's not about improving also. It's about remembering who we are, experiencing who we are, returning to who we are. It's really about reincarnation. Yeah, from the Buddhist point of view, whether you believe in reincarnation or not, it's like we come into this life, yeah, become embodied as a human being. You may say before that it's a soul, whatever tradition you believe in, yeah, spirit or soul, whatever. Yeah. But once you're human, yeah, come to this reincarnation, you become embodied human. So that's continuous embodiment is this journey of continuous reincarnation. The soul reincarnate into this human form, into this embodied human form. And that is the spiritual journey. One of a story I want to share. One practitioner in Israel, and about 10 years ago, went to Israel, started teaching Qigong there twice a year until pandemic. And this lady showed up in first retreat, and she was in the middle of 70s. And then I went back there every year, twice a year. She keeps showing up. Then eventually she continuously engaged with the teaching practice slow online program. But every time I went back there, she gets so excited, want to share some progress with me. And the first time she said, her husband, died many years ago, and she was more like a housewife and have a family, grandkids and so on. But she felt like so lost, meaningless, almost depressed. And when she started doing Qigong, she realizing, yeah, this is a new meaning for her life to heal herself, but also help her family to heal. And as life all have certain problems, including traumas, even physical, emotional issue to heal from. So she started focus on that. And the second retreat, second year, and probably third time, she finally said to me, Master, she called me like out of, reverence, finally, eventually she called me Mingtong. But in the beginning years, she was out of respect. She like, Master, finally, I can feel my hip. And she said, I was told hip is bad. And I realized that's such epidemic culture, whether for religious purpose or for other personal family reasons. We judging our body. We think of the hip is bad. We think of the body is sane, carry of the same. And so from that perspective, we continuously disconnecting from the body, but the spiritual consequence of that, we're not fully here, so to speak. We're not fully incarnated. It's almost like half here, half somewhere else. It's almost like a ghost, It's shocking, to see this phenomena. It's not just individual, unique entity story. It's happening to a human race. So now it's like the AI amplifying that for us to see that. If we're not careful, we're not coming back to the body, we're going to lose truly, this precious human embodied existence.
And the connection we have with our body. One of the things that you mention in your book is the living field. I would love for you to share what that is for us.
So when we work with the body in the Qigong, tradition process, we discover energy. And so the perception, first of all, we continue to discover slow direct experience is energy existing in the universe, infinitely present. Energy connecting all existence, inseparable. Energy is infinitely creative, infinitely manifesting in the cycle of life. And this body is one of the manifestation. So ultimately, all existence made of energy. So we're learning to perceive the existence, perceive life as energy, perceive our experience as energy experience. So then we're realizing, these three things continuously affecting our energy. One is called energetic information. Energetic information. Simply put it, our thoughts, our story, our belief system, our attitude, our mindsets, all that is energetic information that continuously affecting your energy body, affecting your energy function, affecting every aspect of your life. And the second piece is energetic frequency. We're speaking of the energetic frequency of compassion, loving kindness, joy, creativity, and openness. So that's what we cultivate, this energetic frequency. And the third is the purpose, the deeper purpose. No matter what choice we're making, what activity we're engaging, when we're asking ourselves, what is the deeper purpose? Then suddenly the energy is aligned. It's not sporadic anymore. It's not fragmented anymore. So it's like really concentrated. So when we practicing with the three aspects, these three things, it's like what is the energetic information help healing, help spiritual awakening? what is the energetic frequency for feeling life? Yeah. What is the energetic purpose? So when we work with that three things continuously as a community, yeah, not just individually, then we formulating this energy field, this energy field. And this energy field is continuously evolving, yeah, to deal with the collective group, but also accumulative from yesterday, from, uh, last year, from even many generations before us. So it become organized energy field based on these three things: energetic information, energetic frequency, and the energetic purpose. And based on the three activity we engage, one is the community, collective group as a community. And secondly is accumulative, generational even. And the third is local. When we come in together, we're experiencing this powerful energy presence, but often it's like temporarily. But when we do this consistently over the time, then become stable, consistent. But once we experience locally, then we realizing we can access that energy remotely from long distance. And that is like quantum phenomena. And so it's both local and non-local. And that's kind of an outline what the chi field means, the living energy field means. So more we consciously cultivating, well, in the beginning, we learn to be open to that living energy field. And then consciously cultivating this energy field often involved with a practice, involved with connection, engagement in a community. And then you go further deeper, yeah, you cultivating, you become like co-creator of this living energy field. And then you feel it. You embody all these energetic information, frequency, and unified purpose. You become living model for others. And you become the change you want to see in the world.
Well, we definitely need more of that, I'll tell you. Well, and is it because that we're so used to living from a very limited personal energy space as opposed to this infinity source that we're a part of?
Exactly, exactly. We may have this beautiful mental concept, but our living experience, yeah, when we work with energy is all about living experience. That's why I call the living energy field. That energy field is continuously evolving, evolving. Often I say it's like the half of the practice of any spiritual evolution, spiritual path is about letting go. That means letting go of limited perception, limited story, limited identity. So become aware, the consequence of this limited perception, identity, so on, become a first step, that awareness. Then we're facing the choice. Yeah. What is the new possibility, new perception, new connection, new experience available for us? So that become a journey, a path, continue to discover. And so that is amazing, like way of approaching life, approaching the whole process. It's not based on dogma, not even based on or limited past experience. Like you continue perceiving life as an adventure, as a new beginner. Like one thing, I love lately, I having a group here in our retreat center. When we greeting each other, of course, good morning, good afternoon, so on. But then people start to say, like, it's like, wow, because it's a precious time for people in the retreat start to acknowledging such a precious day. Then people start thinking, oh, wow, this is the only day I have. Wow, this is the first day, So when we're approaching every day like that, imagine, yeah, a new life, new experience from, really beginner's mind, exploring what is possible. And it's like, that is more than just hope. Yeah, more than hope. When we looking everything from the old story, often we feel depressed, we feel lost. But we're looking at, even like this moment, if I look at the sky, look at the sun, look at the cloud, look at the mountain, suddenly my mind, tap into a new perception, new possibility. But that doesn't happen very often because we're so much lost in our story, unfortunately. So we have to make a choice to do something different. And that is the commitment we are facing. Yeah.
Well, Master Mingtong Gu, it has been such an honor to spend this time with you and to talk about your new book, Coming Home to Embodied Awakening. Reclaim your body, power, and purpose in the age of AI. Thank you so much for taking the time to be on the show with us here today.
You're so welcome. Thank you for this opportunity, or inviting everybody to read chapter 7 whenever you can first.
Well, chapter 7 is definitely a very profound chapter. I highly suggest everyone pick up Master Mingtong Gu's book, Coming Home to Embodied Awakening. Make sure to visit his website at mingtonggu.com. That's MINGTONGGU.com for more information on his work, to be part of his community, and of course to learn about his retreats where you can just be immersed in this amazing information. Coming Home to Embodied Awakening is available at Amazon, Barnes & Noble, and all indie retailers. Well, we're at the end of our time today. I'd like to thank everyone for tuning in. You're listening to Moments with Marianne, where we make every moment count.
In a single moment, your life can change. Moments with Marianne is a transformative hour that covers an endless array of topics with the best of the best. Her guests are leaders in their fields, ranging from inspirational authors, top industry leaders, and business and spiritual entrepreneurs. Each guest is gifted and a true visionary, a recognized leader in her own work, and while teaching others to develop, refocus, and grow, Marianne will bring the best guest and sometimes a special surprise. Don't miss this. You never know just which moment will change your life forever. Make sure to tune in and visit momentswithmarianne.com for more information.